Hey everybody, this is Charlie Musselwhite, and you're listening to Athena After Dark. I ain't lying. Thank you, baby.
Hey everybody, welcome to Athena After Dark, brought to you by Vagabond Chopper. I'm so excited that you're all here. That was the great Charlie Musselwhite. What an intro. I so adore him. I hope you all had a great week. I sure did. I know Don did. It is so wonderful to be here with all of you. We have a great show tonight, so let's get to it. Kickstart this baby and get going. All right. So, I wanted to show you a few of my favorite things. This was my weekend. That's the best picture I saw. There you go. It's my grandson who has he's got a mohawk helmet for his bicycle and he rocks a mullet haircut. It is so incredible to see this. Him and Don and I went bicycling and we had a great weekend. There's my chicken. That is Chicky. At my shop, we have some ducks that wander around. This chicken doesn't know she's a chicken. She hangs out with the ducks. And so we named her Chicky and I feed her and she comes to visit almost every day. So that's been very, very cool. I wanted to give a big shout out this week to all the cannonballers. I know that you finished up today. I'm so excited for you all. What a marvelous journey. All the ups and downs are so worth it. It's something you'll never forget. And I know this because I was lucky enough to be on Team Effie for the first cannonball, our all-girl team. Myself, Miss Laura Clock, Toastacia Boyd, and our beautiful writer, Miss Christine Summer Simmons. We did have a doobie brother that come on to the scene with us, Sir Pat Simmons. There's myself and Laura with Urban Hirsch. That was incredible. Then they had a whole machine shop set up in this van. It was kind of crazy. John Sazao. I don't know if I said his name correctly, but John is super cool. Okay, and then that is Miss Chris. We were getting ready for our days. Every day we would do a countdown of the days, so it was pretty neat. And the next picture has that. So we were doing our days. We were holding up our fingers and counting the days. That was one of our rainy days, and we had a ducky escort, so it was super cool. Laura and I were in the van. It was incredible. So to all you cannonballers, again, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Hi, Lance. I see you. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So we're going to, of course, everybody knows this is home of the 5 good things. So we're going to start out tonight with our fan 5 good things brought to you by Techno Research. Shannon from Milwaukee says, I finally got to the HD Museum for bike night. I entered your contest, so I hope I win as I want more than anything to learn how to ride. Ladies, I do have a contest going. We're going to draw the winners next week. I have Harley Riders courses, compliments of Harley Davidson Motor Company to inspire and get you up and riding. So I'm glad, Miss Shannon, that you got to go for bike night, and I know you're in there. I will pick a few, and don't worry, I'll have more. So again, Harley Davidson is proud to go ahead and inspire women to learn how to ride. Men too. Men, if you have ladies that want to ride, please send their information if they don't want to. And you can send it to AthenaAfterDark.com. There's an email there. You can subscribe, send your emails in there. All right. So Joseph from Middleton, Ohio. I just bought a 2023 CVO Road Glide. Oh boy. I just did a review for Cycle Source on that motorcycle. Definitely something. That was definitely an interesting ride with the variable valve timing and all the electronic braking systems. And it was crazy. The hand controls were a little nuts too. There's so many buttons. It was nuts, but read the review in Cycle Source, the next issue coming out. I think you'll definitely appreciate a little bit of insight for those of you who are looking at it. And congratulations, Joseph. I'm glad you got that motorcycle. Miss Cher, Ontario, Canada. She says, I just completed a cross-country ride by myself. It took 2 months. That is amazing.
Which country?
You're so bad. I didn't ask her that. Maybe she went from Canada to like the United States and back. Well, I'm glad that you went on your journey. 2 months is a long time to be out on that motorcycle by yourself. You go, girl. Good for you. And anytime you want to ride to Florida, come and visit us for sure. Okay. Rick from Albuquerque says, I got to attend Smokeout. It was a great pleasure to meet you and your man. And thanks to your show, I will God willingly never miss another event. What a fantastic event it was. All right. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it because we had a good time and all the feedback that we get is fantastic. our guest tonight was also at the Smokeout. So I'm excited about that. And I guess then we'll see you next year at the Smokeout. September 5th is the first day it starts, from what I hear. All right, Miss Bessie, I got my motorcycle license and my dad gave me his 1968 Sportster. It needs some work, but I got this. Yes, you do. And if you need any information, you just feel free to drop an email, send a text message, all the contact info that's on the web. Be more than glad to respond. We drop ship parts and we can help you out, help you find some of those older parts too. I do have a lot of friends that have a lot of old Sportsters, so maybe we can be of assistance. All right. We're going to go ahead to the next segment. So we're back to our different streaming services. We've tried some different ones, and thank God we're back. I'm so glad that we're here with you guys. Everybody knows I've been talking about the upcoming Biketoberfest, and the reason we go to Daytona, it's Willie's Tropical Tattoo Chopper Time Show. Roadside Marty roasts every show winner, so it's an adventure and a good event. The bands, everything goes to, all the proceeds go to support the veterans. So while you're in Daytona, if you're going to be there, you have to go to the Willie's Tropical Tattoo Chopper Time Show. I'm just like all tongue tied tonight. Don was teasing me earlier, so my brain isn't exactly where it should be. You know, it's like the boxer. You never like give the boxer any of the night of the fight. So, you know, he's teasing me all day, so I can't get my brain straight. So my apologies for that. All right. While we're in Daytona, we're going to stay at the coolest bed and breakfast. Okay. So Miss Maggie's South Country Inn. This place is amazing. We're going to show some pictures here. I'm excited. And if you guys want a great place to stay, even off rally time, this is the place to go. It's amazing. It's the cute little front. She has this courtyard that is a sauna in a big, giant like barrel. That is like the patio, and you can't really see the sign on the step, but it says Shovelhead Avenue, I believe. Miss Maggie is definitely a biker woman, and she knows how to treat everybody really good. This place is adorable. It's so cool, the courtyard. I can already picture it, envision full of motorcycles. The rooms look like that. I mean, how can you not want to go there and stay there? The food is, there's another one. Oh, look at the fireplace in that room. That one's really cool. Very good. I like that. That's where she feeds you. I heard the food is phenomenal. So I'm so looking forward to that. And we're going to be at Miss Maggie's South Country Inn. So it's in Daytona. Again, if you want a place to stay, go ahead and check it out. I know it's hard to get into at the rallies, but if you book ahead now for Daytona and next year Biketoberfest, if you're going to be there for the rallies, if you're there off season or not for a bike rally, go and check it out. It's so worth it. All right. So this week we're going to do product pick of the week. Okay. Now, this one's really cool because everybody knows I love my kids and I love their crazy and cool friends. That's definitely for sure. This here is called the Rosie. Okay. And it's by Uncommon Vice. Now, ladies, this is one you're going to absolutely want. It's kind of ironic. My motorcycle's name is Rosie. And yes, this is the Rosie. The Rosie is cool. This accessory is absolute gem. Okay. It's made by Sarah of Uncommon Vice, and it's crazy and innovative. The best part, it really works. So what you see here, it looks like a little bag with a drawstring, right? So we go ahead. That's it in black. It comes in leopard. I have the leopard print one, which is really cool. Okay. So Miss Sarah, see your hair coming out of the helmet. We all know that we can't stand it, that we have to tie our hair up or we have to put it up in our helmet. I always tuck mine in my hat and I twist it. So when I straighten my hair, I do things with it. It ends up being all twisted. If you ride without putting anything on your hair, what did she say? She told me if she doesn't wear it, she looks like a chia pet. I love this kid. She's amazing. So what you do with this, it's like a bag for your hair. So you put it on and under your helmet, and then at the bottom, there's a drawstring, and you pull the drawstring, right? And you can wear your hair straight, and it doesn't fly all around. It is so cool. It is amazing. So the Rosie. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have a couple of contests and do some uncommon vice stuff. But ladies, you have to go. There's a video on their Facebook page and on their website, and you see how it works. It's amazing. And it really does work. So I'm so excited about that. Make sure you check it out, and then let them know that you saw it here on Athena After Dark. And yeah, the kid makes them handmade herself. They make all their t-shirts themselves. They have really cool stuff. And that's what we want to do. We want to promote and support all of our so bad. I don't want to say it like that. So of course we want to support our kids and their friends, but we want to support everybody in the industry who's doing what they can with new, creative, cool ideas. Innovation is what matters. We want the younger generation to go ahead and make sure that they are following our footsteps. Her and her man do with their motorcycles. They love the shovel heads and the pan heads. So give them a little shout out. Check out their product. Buy some of their gear. It will be fantastic. You won't be sorry. Okay. And they're the new up and comers. So I'm excited about that. Now, as everybody knows, my favorite thing is the guests. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I have one more. You know what I did last weekend? I went to the Indian Larry block party in Brooklyn, New York. I had never been. I got a chance to take my daughter. It was an adult mother-daughter trip. There we are in the airport, and she's drinking. I'm not, because, you know, there you go. Look, when I tell you it was a full city block, not like here in Florida, like one of their city blocks is like 10 of our city blocks. It was full. There were thousands and thousands of people. Look at that. There's me and Mama Ditch. I love Miss Ditch. She is my sister from another Mr. Forever. And okay, this is Dylan and Nico. I love these two kids. These guys are awesome. They're from Staten Island. That is the gallery where they had art exhibit on the wall. They had all the helmets in the middle. It was crazy cool time. I was floored. I wasn't really expecting the attendance. The bands were awesome. They played fantastic all day long. They were doing burnouts and crazy shit all day in the pit inside. I love this guy's jacket. Assholes live forever. So I guess that's a new brand, but it's a true statement too, from what I hear. Oh, this is the machines that, of course, Bobby Seeger Jr. uses to make the parts and carry on the Indian Larry legacy. I got to see Paul Cox too while I was there, and his wife and daughter, and it was so super cool. Look at that. Just blocks, just a whole huge amount of people. It was ridiculously cool. Okay, so we're going to the next set of galleries. Now, Don's pushing my buttons over here, and he's doing a great job. I saw some really cool, crazy, weird shit. This guy had, like, AstroTurf on his floorboards. I didn't want to ask why. I wasn't sure I wanted to know because it was strange. This gentleman was riding through the crowd on his bicycle with a tire on his head, and he rode back and forth, back and forth. It was kind of
blended to the building there. Huh?
Yeah, it was entertaining. It was something. So I took a picture of it. I'm learning to take better pictures. Now, this one's a good one. So my daughter got a tattoo. That right there is Bandit Keith Ball. That's his grandson. What an amazing Frank Jr. is an amazing artist, and he is an awesome young man. Not hard on the eyes either, as you can't really see, but again, he definitely follows in the family footsteps. That's for sure. My honey knows that, you know, Bandit's like a guy. Oh, this picture's great. So there's Jeff Decker, his wife, two gentlemen on the end. I didn't catch their names. And of course, Bobby Seeger in the middle. This was like the end of the evening. Everybody was exhausted and the party was not yet over, but we were having a good time. All right. And this is Bobby's dog. He was exhausted until, the kids came around, and he just woke right up and he was like, oh yeah, I want to play. It was so awesomely cool. Again, there's Dylan and Nico, two of my favorites. I really, really like these kids. They're really good kids, and I'm very happy that we got a chance to hang out. Very much so. All right. And then that's that for photos. Okay. No, wait, Don says maybe there's more. Oh, we have food photos. You guys are probably tired of looking at these pictures. Oh, and I did drink a little bit. I know it's uncommon. It doesn't happen very often. However, I did do it. I love you, babe. You're doing a great job. Pushing the buttons. I've been okay. There's the stage. There's the people and the buildings in the background. Now, my daughter took these pictures because she's very good at photography. This is the mayhem that was going on in the streets. So they started doing burnouts in the burnout pit in the lot at Indian Larry's, and it carried on into the street. and it carried on into the next street and the next street, and there was more, and you couldn't get to see the pictures because of course all the people taking pictures and all the smoke, which was super cool. And then the cops were following these guys and chasing them down the street, not chasing them like in a high-speed pursuit, but actually moving them down the road as they went and did burnouts and circles and figure eights and more burnouts. And it was absolute mayhem, and it was the best kind of mayhem ever. That was at the end of the night. I got my cool Indian Larry bag. My daughter, she curled my hair, so she was messing with my hair and everything like that. And then the end of the evening, well, of course, brought the good stuff. We went to Bamonte's. Okay, this place is 123 years old. Been in the same location. The food was amazing, absolutely amazing. Have to give it to Brooklyn. Like, they got it going on there for sure. Now we went to Coney Island. We did see a palm tree. It's not real. It is a fake palm tree. They made it. But how cool. There was a palm tree in Coney Island. I thought that was neat. That's what Coney Island looks like when they're just opening up that day. So we had a magnificent time. And I just want to share that with you all because it was really cool. I don't know if they're having another block party. Rumor says that could be the last, but I hope and pray it's not, because if you missed it, you are missing out, and it was fantastic. All right, so you guys know I absolutely love doing this show. Why? Because I love hanging out with you guys, but I love our guests. I get a chance to ask them questions, and you get a chance to get to know them. Tonight's guest is one of my favorites. This is Mike Beland from A1 Cycles. I'm going to show you some pictures. Mike is not just a rider, he's a racer, and he's also a builder. He makes his own custom parts. He does so much stuff. He also is like in the gym a couple times a week. We'll talk about that. It's kind of funny. All right, so we're going to do pictures of him in there. All right, Don's doing such a good job. And I messed him all up too, because I keep switching all these streaming services till we get it just to be the right one that I want. And so, yeah, he's not pulling his hair out as far as you can see. There's Mike racing. That's him doing a burnout before he takes off the line. There you go. And the pooch. There's no pictures of his girl in there because she's too pretty, and he don't want to share her with the rest of you guys. So just so you know, look at that. That's the machine work going on in the shop. Hi, Dennis. I see you out there. Good evening. Thanks for coming in and tuning in. Yeah, M8 cases. That's right. Well, ask him what he's doing with those. All right. And, okay, so we're truing flywheels there. Look at that. Run out. Parts. The shop. That's amazing. See, and we do it till we just keep doing it and doing it. All right, transmissions. I like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you'll get the skinny on all this stuff here in a few minutes. Motorcycles, beautiful motorcycles. We love to build our motorcycles. We all have our style, and then some of us just do a little bit of everything because we're crazy like that. He's a good one. He's crazy like that. Racing. Boy, howdy. And I love racing. If you guys ever get a chance to go, it is the most incredible thing you will ever experience. The camaraderie and respect on the racetrack. Although they compete against each other, it's kind of like the cannonball. Although it's competition, everybody's in to win, but everybody's also there to help each other out and enjoy each other's company and the camaraderie. That is crazy cool. That is definitely something that my oldest child would just absolutely go crazy over, I'm sure. He'd want to do wheelies all day on that. Nice. 2-in-1 pipe. There he is racing Thunder Valley. All right. So if you guys are ready, we're going to bring him in. I know he's there. We even checked his audio and his video before we started this. Oh, it's so cool. All right. So we're going to bring in Mike Beland from A1 Cycles. And you can find him at MikeBeland.com, A1Cycles.com. Hi there. How are you?
Hi, Athena and Don. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you. How have you been?
I've been blessed. That's all I can say.
I know I got to see you for a little moment at Smokeout because we were working.
We had such a good time there, man. I went last year in the pouring rain on a Saturday in my car with a backpack full of beer, and I got to see everybody I haven't seen in a while because I haven't been to Daytona in a bit. And I had such a good time. I saw Chris and Heather, and I'm like, I'm gonna vent next year. And I didn't care about selling parts. I just wanted to set up. I was next to Tom Kiefer and across from the Hamster. So we had the best spot in the whole place. We had a blast, man. We dirt dragged and we just had a good time. The place is awesome.
It was off the chain. And I was glad to see you last year. And I was even happier to see you this year because I knew you were like there for the whole event, which was
the whole event. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
That is awesome. So what have you been up to?
Recently, this past year, we've been developing some new products for M8s, of course. The M8 came out 5 years ago. We've been on it since the day it came out, and been trying to just keep this modern motorcycle horsepower, crazy, go fast thing going. And we sell a lot of parts. I hated the internet back in the chopper days, hated it. Destroyed a lot of small businesses.
Yes.
And I embraced it and learned how to sell on it. And it changed my whole life.
What are you selling? Like, what are you doing? Upgrades and
Swing arms, chain drive kits, isolators, triple tree kits, all this modern performance baggers of stuff.
nice.
I never built a big wheel bagger ever. I thought they're dumb, they're stupid. They're still going. People are still building $100,000 big wheel baggers. They're still going. And the
Yes.
stereo stuff, you know, I'm a chopper person at heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at least the performance bagger thing, it was performance. It was horsepower and going fast and turning. And I said, you know what? Let's build some parts and see what we can do. And it's caught on like wildfire. It's been great.
That's amazing. Yeah. And you know, you have to keep up with the times. That's a definite. There's no doubt about that. That's unfortunately for some of the smaller businesses that the internet kind of took out. It was because, you know, it grew so fast, but they didn't have the opportunity to keep up with what was going on. I mean,
Adapt or die. Adapt
yeah, and
or die.
there was a point in time where Don just looked at me and he said, I have to quit motorcycles. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't have a tablet and you need it to tune. That, of course, I went and got him a tablet, and 10 minutes later, he's doing fuel packs and all that stuff. Now we have all the techno research and everything. And he, you know, he's got a God-given natural talent. That's his thing.
Correct.
They just talk to him. So it's that thing. But yeah, a lot of shops didn't have that opportunity.
We tune 5 modern motorcycles a week here. 5.
That's awesome.
So I can only do one. We do one a day. So the guys, everybody works here. We have 3 employees. They work here till 3. They leave at 3. That's when I tune because it's too noisy in the small shop.
Right.
So they leave. Second shift comes in and tunes a bike.
Right. That's it. And Don and I have to say, I'm learning, which is cool. I'm very happy to learn because again, he's mastered it. But same thing, we do a couple a week, but we're also doing the stereos and the stuff like that,
Right.
you know. And wiring is crazy. Some people just don't get it, you know. The repairs on what other people don't understand. That's the hardest part, I think, for us.
So the biggest rule in my shop when you bring a bike here for dyno tuning is no side covers, no saddlebags. The reason is because all these rally stereo installers don't put quick connects in their stereos and all this stuff. So the customers have to take their bags off, side covers off themselves at home before they come here. So it saves us a bunch of problems.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you know, we're still doing panhead motors here though. We still got all that. I know you do.
We got a pan crank right here and a pan bottom end we're doing right now. A lot of shows, a lot of Evos. A lot of the guys from, I know you remember when Chris used to have the skate park in Daytona. Remember we used to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All those guys are sending me all their Evo stuff because Evo stuff's old now. So we do a lot of cylinders and head work for like Paul at Bare Knuckle Chopper. Well, sorry, Bare Knuckle Customs now, not Bare Knuckle Choppers.
Right.
Yeah,
I just saw him. I saw him in New York, in Brooklyn. He was there.
He's a great guy, man. We do a lot of stuff.
I love Paul Weideman.
Yeah. He's been through the ringer, man, with his shop getting blown down in that disaster, and he's been through the ringer. He's come out good.
Yeah, and he's an amazing person, so it's awesome. And we all have to go through the whoop-de-doos. You know how that is.
Yeah, we do.
Sure. Yeah, and we're doing that same thing, too. We're doing Evo restorations. That's our thing. We like to do Evo restorations.
Our shop officially a year ago stopped working on motorcycles, believe it or not.
Really?
Think about who makes money in this business. People that sell parts and make parts.
That's right.
And we do. There's a bike behind me right now. There's a 2022 Softail ST, bagger, but it gets dropped off for a full drag race conversion. We'll do a full build, $20,000 to $30,000 build on a bike, but we won't do cams, exhaust, all the regular stuff. There's plenty of other shops around here that we just farm it out to. We still get the tune, we still sell them the parts, and we just put stuff on everybody's plate. We don't care.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
We're not going to compete with all local shops. There's plenty of people who do the regular work. We're going to handle the specialty stuff.
Right, and that's what you do, and you're feeding the community around
Correct.
you, and
Correct.
it keeps everybody going, which is kudos to you for that, because
Well, the
so many
first 10 years in
people.
business, everyone else is an asshole, and you're going to conquer the world. The next 10 years of business, like, these guys aren't that bad. Maybe we should work together.
Uh-huh.
After the first 20, you're like, man, the more people I help out, the more business I get. This is crazy.
That is exactly how it goes too, but you're like that anyways. That's just your nature too, though. You've
Yeah.
always been help everybody out.
I
Right?
want everybody to go fast. That's my deal, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you go fast. I love watching you go fast too. Oh my goodness.
We're getting there.
So then, what's coming up for you?
End of October, Rockingham, October 27th, 8th, 9th. I'm going to run my top fuel bike, my big bike.
Oh, cool. Now, what kind of time are you looking to do with that one?
It is fully experimental, so 6-second anything passes is a win.
Awesome.
Most of the guys run 630, 640, 650s. We ran a 720 last year with no first gear. We had a transmission problem. We still ran a 720 with no first gear, so that's rectified. 680, 690, anything at 200 plus is going to be a win.
Wow. I want to see that.
We're not doing the conventional stuff. We have a completely standalone fuel injection system. We have a standalone recording system. It's innovative because I'm not doing what everybody else does, following what they do, because I want to try to be faster.
Right. That's very good. So that means you will be faster. You just keep doing it. Yeah,
Someday.
That's how it goes. That's awesome.
Right.
So Rockingham. So everybody watching, if you want to see some really good fast motorcycles and you want to see one of the fastest men out there who's a good guy, you got to go and see Mike in Rockingham for sure. That's North Carolina, right?
North Carolina, yeah, East North Carolina. We'll have 5 turbo bikes there too. We've been doing turbo M8s lately for the drag racing. They're all running 8 seconds, mid 8 seconds, low 8 seconds. Wow. They're killer bikes. 165, 170 miles per hour. They're great.
That's awesome. And then the parts and stuff that you're selling, you're helping people go fast on their M8s.
Yep. Even if they don't ride fast. So I based, it sounds really funny, but I based the modern business with the M8 performance stuff off of the Jeep guys. Do you know Jeeps? Like in Florida, they're called mall crawlers, right? They got the tires, they got all the bolt-on doodads, all the cool stuff, but they all bolted on themselves. Everybody's a mechanic now. Everybody has to do it at home. Everybody has to watch YouTube. So all our parts bolt on. No special tools required. So a guy can build his bike in his garage with our parts and make it go faster.
Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah. There's a lot of YouTube certified mechanics out these days for sure. Most definitely.
They don't go to the racetrack.
No, they don't. But that's cool though, because then, because there are a lot of do-it-yourselfers and a lot of people that want to add some performance to it. So it makes it much easier. And for them to go ahead and reach out to you, that's just, I'm sure you're there too. If they want to call, they have tech information, you have a tech line and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's me. And it's really hard. I'm telling you, man, some of these people should not be working on bikes. Some are great. Some really get it and some are smart, but some of these dudes should just leave it to the mechanics.
Professionals, really. Right. And I tell everybody there's a thing about safety. You know what I mean? If you're unsure, you definitely need to go to a qualified technician because safety is key. You only got 2 wheels, not 4.
You got two 4-inch square pieces of rubber on the ground. That's it.
Right. That's it. That is it.
Sponsored by Modelo tonight.
I like it. Very good. Very good. I'm rocking the Coca-Cola. Next Monday's my birthday. I might break out a bottle of wine. I have to wait. It takes me like 2 weeks. I have a 2-week-long hangover after 2 drinks, so it doesn't work out anymore.
They said the block party was awesome. I'm glad you got to witness that.
It was amazing. And then my daughter and I went. You remember I used to tote the kids around when they were younger to all the events, and of course they rebel. And so now as adults, they're like, oh, my son will be like, oh, I want to go here. And my daughter's like, I want to go. And I'm just like, let's go. Okay. And Don, he loves it because, he gets to hang out with the grandson who's 5 and they do all kinds of crazy stuff in the shop.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I love it. I won't complain about it in any regard. So when it comes down to you being in the gym, we talked about that before we kind of went live. You work out.
Yeah, I don't like lift weights or anything. I go to like what they call a combat gym. I do Muay Thai on Mondays, and we do straight boxing on Wednesdays and conditioning on Saturdays. So I'm 55. I'm gonna take my first amateur fight ever.
Really? How
Yeah,
cool.
I'm done fighting in bars and stuff. I'm actually gonna go in a ring and
Yeah.
try it out. And
That's
you know, the motorcycle business. Of course, everybody's a tough guy, and you fight a lot, but
uh-huh.
you don't realize you don't know how to fight till you go hang out with people that fight for a living.
Fight for a living.
And this
That's-
business, it's 27 years for me now. It's rinse and repeat. I've answered every phone call. I know, I'm not saying I'm an expert on everything, but I know pretty much everything that gets called in every day. And it's the same stuff, rinse and repeat every day. When I go there 3 days a week, I learn something every time I go. I'm all about learning, you know? So it's really enjoyable
amazing.
for me. Yeah. First day I went there, like, oh, it's like a family, and you'll see it's like a family. Like, it's a gym. Come on, man. And here we are almost a year later, and it's like a family. It's awesome.
That is so cool.
There's 3 young kids. They're all 22, 21, and like 25. They're all about to turn pro. And I stay after class for an hour, and because I'm a lefty, and I give them a lefty look. They're in a fight camp right now for October 21st. There's a fight in Virginia. They're fighting for state titles. This and that. They're not quite pro yet. They're ready to turn pro. So I stay after for an hour and get beat up by them. Give them a left-hand look because they're in camp ready to fight these people that are left-handed. So it's
so cool.
It's cool. You know, we drag race. There's 5 guys. We all want each other to win. But when you bleed, sweat, get punched, and help somebody, and they walk in that thing alone, the energy behind that's amazing.
I'd like to see that sometime for sure.
Yeah, it's
that
amazing.
Is cool. I mean, my dad was a Golden Gloves boxer.
Oh, that's
awesome. I'm one of 3 girls. I was the son he never had, so I was always out there with the punching bag and oh yeah. And he's like, if you need to know how to protect yourself, and I'm thinking to myself, this is a little bit much, you know. And he'd be like, throw the right, you know, don't telegraph it. And I'm like, no. But as we know, growing up, you know, you end up in a bar fight. It helps to know what the hell you're doing for sure.
It does.
So that's too funny. All right. So how do you feel about answering some questions so everybody can get to know a little bit about you?
Here we go.
Ready? Okay. Yep. So first we're going to do the just for fun ones. Dogs or cats?
Well, I haven't had a dog since I was 13, and I got my shop going here, and it's at home. I have a home-based shop, and I finally got a dog. I spent all my time on this dog. But we had a feral cat show up, and now I got a cat, and I love this cat.
Awesome.
But my dog rides in the car with me and goes to Powder Coat and goes to Napa, and I love my dog. She has a bed in the corner here of the shop. And
what's her name?
Max.
Max?
Funny story. Lori set it all up. My girl Lori set it up. I was going to get a dog, and it was a brown and white pit bull male named Max. By the time we got to the rescue, Max was gone. And it was a black and white female named Diamond. So no stripper names on my dogs in my house. So we called that one Max, and I call it a boy, even though it's a girl.
That's too funny. There's a picture. That's Max.
It acts like a boy. It's very aggressive. We think it was used to be like a puppy mill thing for fighting dogs. It had a wire around its neck. They left it at a house with no water. It took us almost a year before we could just leave water down. She would drink the whole bucket of water and like get sick.
Thinking she didn't get any, right?
That's right. And this dog, all it wants is love. It's a great dog. I love my dog.
That's cool. What'd you name the feral cat?
Bootsy, like Bootsy Collins. He's got white feet. So it's Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy Collins. I love it. That's awesome.
Well, he's
best
so smart.
thing you can do.
He's so smart. Like, he's in the wild and coming by, and Lori started feeding him. And then he just started coming in the house. And Max didn't kill him. Max is like very aggressive to other dog stuff. And Max didn't kill Bootsy, the cat. They get along. So it's really weird.
Was it meant to be family? That's how that goes.
I think so. Yeah.
I love it. That is awesome. Okay, my next question. Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Apples. With peanut butter or no?
It don't matter.
Don't matter? Everybody likes apples. They like apples.
Calories in, calories out. That's all it is.
And fiber. There's a lot of fiber in apples. That's what they tell me. Yeah. Okay. This one, I don't even know. I'm going to ask you because I know the answer to this. Slow, fast, or faster?
Come on. Really? Fastest.
We know. Fastest. There you go. See, I got to add that one to the list. Now, we'll save that one just for you. Fastest. Sunshine or moonshine?
Moonshine for sure.
Moonshine for sure. You like the regular stuff or you like the flavored stuff?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like moonlight.
Oh, well, that works. See, that's cool.
Oh, I thought you
I
were talking
like
about
that.
like moonlight. I'm sorry.
Moonshine's good.
No,
I
people
like-
give me moonshine all the time here for like present. This is North Carolina. That's
Yeah.
like your nice to meet
That's
you.
why I
They give you a-
assumed.
they,
Yeah.
they give you a quart, and the fridge is full of them. They're just where I live here. They make it, and it's way too strong to drink. It's like crazy.
Yeah. See, and that's why I assumed because you're in North Carolina. But I like the moonshine. I like riding the motorcycle on the beach and
Yes.
seeing the moonshine off the
Yes.
water. That's one of my favorite things.
Some of my favorite
Okay.
rides are down A1A, down Pompano, Boynton area, right on A1A
Yeah.
with that nice moonlight over the ocean. Yeah.
That's where we are. Pompano
Yep.
Beach. Been here
You know that.
forever. So, what's your absolute favorite song?
Oh, that's a tough one. I really, anytime Monster Magnet comes on, Space Lord, that song gets
Okay.
me going.
All right. I
That's a
like
good
that song.
Yeah,
That
it's
is a good
really-
one.
Yeah, that's a speeding ticket.
Yes. You have your jukebox in your head because I have mine always.
No, I'll tell you what, I like to drive 900 to 1,000 miles a day on my bike. And I changed my whole game by buying molded earplugs with Bluetooth. No
Really?
wind noise, no nothing. I put the Waze computer on to tell me where the cops are and jam.
And is it when you started doing that, was it like so odd because you're so used to you can't hear a siren, you can't hear a
Right. It was way better because, you drive 900 miles on a bike, no matter how good your helmet is, you show up somewhere and you
the
can't
wind.
hear, you're deaf. You're
Right.
deaf.
Yes.
And I like to travel at high speed a lot, and you're just deaf. No matter how good your helmet, 14 or LRI, you're still going to be deaf. When you put the plugs in, you run your phone on 3 or 4 volume with the Waze and music or a podcast, Joe Rogan, whatever, and you get to where you're going, and it's awesome.
That's cool. We're gonna have to
It's a
look
game.
into
It's a
that
game
for sure.
changer. I tell everybody that get the molded earplugs.
The molded earplugs. All right,
Yep.
you guys, you heard it here first. Do it. Okay, so what's your favorite road food?
Honey buns and Red Bull.
Ooh, honey
That's
buns
my
and Red Bull.
When I'm jamming those miles, that's what I get, like for breakfast, lunch, and you don't have to like fill your stomach up. And the Red Bull keeps you going on that sugar shocker from the honey bun.
Sugar shock. Yeah, that's awesome.
Keeps you
That
going.
is the Red Bull. Don likes that stuff. It smells weird. It's
Horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible for you. But other than that, anytime, like motorcycles, just to go find better places to eat. That's what
Mhm.
motorcycles are for. But any
Yeah.
barbecue place in North Carolina is good. Don't matter where it is, it's good.
Was the one in Salisbury, the Smoke Pit was
Yeah.
the one everybody
that's
told us
what
to go for barbecue.
Yeah.
Yep.
We ended up the last night we were there, we ended up looking for a place to eat. We ended up in downtown Salisbury, this place called Hendrick's Barbecue.
Yep.
And Willie, I love him to death. He's like, their barbecue isn't good. We didn't try the barbecue. I had Don had a Philly cheesesteak. It was absolutely awesome. And then I had a BLT, and they made the toast like Texas toast. I never had a BLT like that. It was so good.
Nice thick. Yeah.
And it was
No
and it was like between the two of us, it was like $15 with drinks. I was like, oh yeah.
See, you don't realize that because I came from Florida and moved here. I went to the bar when I first got. There's a little tiny bar down the street. There's probably 8 or 9 people, and they were sitting at the bar, and they're all really nice. And I'm like, hey, I want to buy the bar around. It was $22.
Like shit. That's what I paid for 2 drinks.
That's
That's 2 Coronas in Florida. I'm like,
Yes.
I like this place a lot. Yeah, you can get a barbecue sandwich and a beer for like $6-7. It's crazy here.
That's awesome. Yeah, that place was amazing. I definitely now it snows there, right?
Once or twice, like nothing. It's like nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
A couple of years ago, we got like 6 inches, but don't worry, they don't snow plows. Nothing. They just shut everything down, and they just wait
Oh.
a day, and it all melts. It's no big deal.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a
Yeah.
day off.
Yeah, super day off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so if you were a cocktail, what would you be?
A White Claw.
A White Claw.
No, you need to be a cocktail. I don't know. Vodka soda is what I like with a lime.
Vodka soda with a twist of lime.
Crisp and clean, less calories, right?
I like that. Okay, that's a good one. All right.
Keep on that fighting weight.
Yeah, that's how you keep on your fight weight. Don,
Yeah.
he's so funny. I love it. That was too good. All right, so we're gonna get into the real questions now. Those were the
Okay.
for fun questions. So, how long have you been riding?
Oh man, 51 years. I'm
Since you were
55. I
born?
got a bike when I was 4. Yeah.
When's your
So
birthday?
August 11th.
So you just turned 55.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it seem traumatic?
It was weird, like to turn 55. Like you start getting those things in the mail, you know, the ARP stuff, and it's really
Next
weird.
Monday. I'm the double nickel next Monday, and it's just
I
like
it's Chicky. I shouldn't have made it past 30.
right.
So every day is awesome, you know. And to be
Yes.
55 and good health. Until I had a back issue about a month ago, it really put me on the ground, and I'm thankful for my health every day. I have friends going through surgeries and problems, and I'm just super thankful, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of times people don't realize it, but we're the ones responsible for our own health. So all the shit that we did to ourselves, like you said, a lot of us didn't expect to make it past 30 or
Yeah.
40, you know. So I get that. Absolutely get that. So that's cool. 51 years. So how'd you get into motorcycles?
My dad was kind of a car and bike guy, you know, and I got a Honda 50 at 4. And we lived in this town in Marlborough, Massachusetts, and had a big, huge lake. And they would, like a reservoir, and they would drain it down for the weed control. They would drain it down so the weeds would die. So I could ride around the whole lake at like 4 and 5 years old on the sand and go see my grandparents all the way on the other side of the lake.
How cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very good way to grow up. And when I was 12, we moved out to the country, way out in Western Massachusetts, and everybody had dirt bikes. I had a paper route just to buy gas to ride my dirt bike. And we had like a dirt bike gang, 5, 6 kids. We'd do our paper routes, save our gas money on Fridays, and after school or Saturdays, we just ride dirt bikes everywhere around town. Because back then there wasn't all these housing developments and all this stuff. It was just farms and power lines and fire towers, and we grew up in a really awesome place out there in Western Mass.
That is neat. So how'd you get into racing bikes?
I didn't race motorcycles till I was, believe it or not, 30 years old. And I raced dirt track oval.
Oh.
Yeah, I was drag racing a little bit, like 9-second bikes, like regular super gas bike, 990s, 130 miles per hour, going to the racetrack. And we were doing pretty well, but New England is really tough on rules. So you couldn't, like your 6-year-old kid or 5-year-old kid can't ride his pit bike around, can't ride his mini bike around. You have to be 16 with a driver's license and all these rules. And I went to Laconia and watched a dirt track race, and they had all little kids in the front stretch doing a little dirt track race. I'm like, that's it. I went home, sold all my drag race stuff, started dirt tracking.
Jeez.
So my kid could race.
That's awesome. How old's your kid now?
He's 27. He was a pro for 4 years. He got hurt pretty good. He made the main at Laconia. He made the main and broke a couple vertebrae and hurt his hip pretty bad and got crashed up, and he quit.
Gotcha.
He had a couple friends that died the year before, and he just decided it was time to quit.
Yeah.
Now he runs 100 miles. He runs 100 miles, does these 100-mile marathons, and raises money for injured riders.
Oh, how cool is that? You'll have to send me the info on that.
There's a link on my Facebook page. He's running 100 miles in Massachusetts, October 13th, I think.
Nice. Okay, very good. We'll definitely post that on our website. We'll put that up in our charity section for sure.
Yeah.
And it's on your Facebook page. So
Yes,
A1 Cycles or
no, just the Beland one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Anybody out there who wants information, we'll make sure that we put it on our website. I will get that up on the website this week.
Yeah, it's called the Class of 79, and they help all the dirt track racers that get hurt and crushed up because there's no insurance and stuff, and they're all older racers that are doing well business wise, and they just kick money into this fund that helps people with their expenses when they get hurt.
Very good. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, we'll definitely love to promote that. All right, so what are your absolute favorite rides? What's your favorite bike to ride? And then your favorite leisure route, like when you're riding and putting these miles on that you do?
Well, when I do the big miles, it's because I got to get somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The leisure stuff, people are going to flip out on this, but I have a 1992 VMAX that I just adore. I love that motorcycle. I got a 4-1 with a D&D carbon fiber silencer on it, and I put GSXR forks on it and good rear shocks from Jesse Jern's Legend rear shocks on there for an FXR. I put them on my Yamaha, and it's just a really fun bike. I really enjoy it. And I like to go up to Boone, up in the mountains, and I go over
Really?
this 181 over to Johnson City, Tennessee. Just some beautiful roads up here. Just awesome roads.
So you're not that far from Tennessee. How long does it take you to get there?
I get to Bristol in 2 hours and 15 minutes. I get to Maryville, Tennessee, where John Jessup and Jeff Holt have their big show.
Yeah.
Exactly 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know how it is here in Florida. It's 6 hours just to get out of the damn state.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a good location here. I really love it here.
That is cool. That is very awesome. All right. So what's your favorite rally or event?
Biketoberfest. Because
And
it's
we'll see
smaller.
you there.
Willie's show. I'm not going to make it this year racing. I did sponsor the porta potties at Willie's again. I gave him some money.
I love it.
Yeah, because man, there's 2 porta potties and 500 people got to pee. So
Right.
I give him some money and he buys extra porta potties and puts my stickers on them.
There was like 2,000 people there for bike
I
week.
know.
It was crazy. It was full.
Chicky, I hate missing it. You know why? Because like that's where I get to see Skeeter Todd and see Cyril Hughes, and we sit and talk. And guess what? They're gone. They're not there next year.
I know.
You know, you got to see everybody. You got to go to the event and see everybody.
I definitely, that's something that I appreciate about being part of the motorcycle community is just, and it feels so good. Even when you've been gone for a little bit and you come back and you're just like, oh, they probably don't even remember, you know, and they're just like, oh my God, where have you been? We love you. We miss you. Yeah. It's a giant family. It's almost a circus family sometimes, I think.
Agree.
Okay. So what's the most fun you've ever had on a motorcycle?
Oh, I don't know. It's always fun. I don't know.
That's a good answer. I like that.
I love doing wheelies. I love fooling off. I love doing. I'll tell you what, though, North Carolina's different. Florida, we go to bike night, and everyone do the huge burnouts, like a block party and leave. Up here, that's not cool. They don't like that.
Not cool.
No, it's not cool. I'm like, you guys got to learn what's cool and what's not cool. It's fun to do burnouts and go crazy.
That's true. And even like at the Indian Larry block party, I was amazed because I'm like, look at all these people. And they're just doing all these burnouts. And then I get around the side of the pit and there's a huge stack of tires and there's a tire machine outside. And they're just
the tires. That's it. Yeah.
They can help themselves and they do it themselves. It's pretty good.
I think my favorite part of that, I haven't been there because we used to go from Massachusetts. We would drive there like 7 hours and have like 2 beers and turn around and go back home. Because, the distance, they make it home, And it was small back then. Now it's monstrous. But the one thing I love watching is the guys who take their choppers downtown and taking pictures like in Times Squares with their chopper. Oh, yeah. I love that. I love seeing that cool picture like that.
Yeah, that's neat, too. That is something for sure. There's something about Manhattan. It's the vibe and the cities and just all of it. Times Square, like you said.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's very cool. All right, so then the flip side of that, what's the worst experience you've ever had on a motorcycle?
I don't know. I've crashed a bunch of times, but I think that was really bad. One time. I did a wheelie down the sidewalk and tried to drive inside a bar. And a policeman was parked in the parking lot.
Oh, shit.
And he didn't like it. So it was handcuffs and all that stuff. So, yeah, that was probably the worst time on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I don't think I'd enjoy that too much either. Oh, wait.
They didn't let me inside the bar. They didn't let me inside the bar with my motorcycle.
See,
they stopped me at the door.
And you know how Pompano is. So Pompano's a little
built up now. No, it was in North Palm. It was at Two Drunken Goats, it's called.
Oh.
But I think I was the only drunken goat.
So that's funny. We used to have this bar down here, Just One More on Sample Road. And it was in the plaza, and you'd open the front door. I would bartend. The stage was right there, and the back door was right there. And inevitably, every night at like 1:30 in the morning, they'd open the door, and they'd just come through and do a burnout and ride right out. It's like, they're like, aren't you going to stop them? I'm like, no, they're having fun. Let's just move on.
Yeah, this was like a regular person's bar. That was the problem.
Yeah, that'll do it. So
yeah.
All right. So, who is your childhood hero?
Oh, Evil Knievel all the way.
Nice.
And I got to be friends with Robbie
Yeah.
through Daytona and Doug from Sick Boy.
Gotcha. Bummer Robbie passed away.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
I have a really good picture of my twin engine motorcycle on Beach Street on the canal, like we used to take their pictures on the canal right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
With me and my buddy Mike and Robbie. Robbie's wearing a Spanky Spangler t-shirt. Most people know who that is. That's like the people that taught Robbie, other than
Robbie, right?
Right. And he's in his socks and he's hammered drunk. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. We're doing shots in his camper, taking pictures of my bike. And I think a horse wrestler was shooting the bike, and we were too busy drinking to pay attention to the horse to move the bike around.
That's good. I like that.
It's all good stories, man. It's all fun.
Yeah, and Evil Knievel was the bomb. He was awesome.
He was my hero, and Doug got me to meet him before he passed, and it was pretty sad.
Yeah, to see
he was on oxygen. Crystal, his wife, was taking care of him, so it sucked.
Yeah, because you remember him for all that they were to us growing up,
Oh, that guy was the balls,
Mm-hmm.
fucking whatever. Just here's a simple statement. He goes to Wembley, sells out Wembley. There's no internet back then. There's no nothing. He's on doing radio shows and walking around England for a week, 7 days. Mm-hmm. He sells out Wembley. Roger Riemann, who's a famous dirt track champion and was his mechanic, they didn't have the right sprockets to make the jump. They didn't get this gearing correct on the motorcycle. And Evil Knievel says, what do we do? Give them their money back? He does the jump anyways and crushes himself.
Right.
That's the way he is, There was no overnight air back then or anything like that,
No, and he used to call up. So when they did the exhibit at HD, we got to see it before they put it out. But he called Caesar's Palace, and he would call as a reporter and say, "Hey, I heard that Knievel was going to be there."
That's right. Self-promotion.
So many people he'd pretend to be so many people, and then they'd call him up and be like, "Are you jumping here at Caesar's Palace?" And he's like, "What are you paying me?"
I know it's a weird thing, but if you ever get to Topeka, Kansas, the Harley Museum, Harley dealership has a Evil Knievel museum that is amazing. It is cool. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he even wrote checks that bounced so he could get gas money to go across country and stuff. He didn't care.
The Mack truck is in there. The Sky Cycle's in there. Everything's in that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is cool. That was one of my favorite stories when I got to hang out with Willie G and Nanny and stuff. Willie told me about the time that he jumped Snake Canyon.
Right.
And they were at the chain link fence, and it was him and Nanny and Karen and Bill. And he says the crowd rushed, and they were actually leaning over on the chain link, looking into the canyon. He thought they were going to die. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But he loved it. He thought it was the coolest thing, to watch that.
Again, they built 3 of those Sky Cycles. They shot 2 with test dummies, and they both crashed. He had 1 left.
Yeah.
Got to send it.
Yeah, got to do it. It's too funny. So he was your childhood hero. Who's your motorcycle hero?
Oh, man. I really, really jive with Lavery McBride.
Okay.
Fastest guy on 2 wheels.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is he's a good friend of mine, and love hanging out with him. Love seeing his operation. Chuck Stewart and Roland Stewart to help him, and all the guys to help him. I love being around that team. They teach me a lot. Great people.
That is awesome. We have some race memorabilia that we have, like a wall in the shop that's all racing, he's on there. Like Don has a poster of him and some, different articles and stuff like that. Right. Him and Ray Price and yeah, for sure. That is awesome. Okay. So then do you have an industry hero?
I really jive with Jesse Jerns for years and years and years. He's always been in my corner. Met him. I think I got number 5 of the lowlife frame. And I built a bunch of those bikes, and always been solid with me, and just been a great guy, and really knows business. And he's always ahead of the game. Like with the air shocks and air ride. And then all of a sudden he's doing ATV and UTV air ride before the UTV thing even caught on. He already had air ride for those. Like, he's so smart, just a great guy.
And it's good to surround yourself with good people. And then it's a bonus when they're super smart like that, because again, you can learn so much. Like you said, you learn something every day. That's what keeps you going.
Right.
That is so cool. All right. So what is your most cherished motorcycle memory?
I don't know. I got to say, when I first started racing top fuel bikes, I went to California and I won 2 Wallies in one day. I won top fuel Harley and I won hot street Harley in one day.
You have Wallies?
I have 2 Wallies, yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, well, it's a story to it. Ray Price was there with Tommy Grimes riding the bike, a couple other guys, and one of the guys drove over the back of Tommy Grimes and went out of the track and crushed his ankle and wrecked his bike and wrecked Tommy's bike. And there was only 6 of us there. Everybody else broke but me. And I'm brand new to this, and I was on a slow bike and I won.
Yeah.
But you got Wallies.
That's racing.
That's racing.
I won a Wally. And the hot street thing, there was this guy walking around saying, I'm in hot street. There's only one guy. I'm going to win a Wally. I said, no, you're not. I went up and signed up.
I love it. That is awesome.
And I borrowed my friend Frank Velasco, who was still a great friend. He's in California, and he races Top Fuel now and helps Tim Kerrigan. His dad owned Redline Oils. Has a great contracting business. Great guy. He races Top Fuel with me. And Frank crews for him. Frank rides the B bike and has his own bike going. And I borrowed Frankie's bike. He was the head of safety safari at Sonoma, which is Sears Point or Sonoma Raceway.
Right.
And I borrowed his bike and won hot street. So it's an awesome memory, because the picture of the winner circle is a Dyna and a Top Fuel Harley nose to nose with 2 Wallies.
I love it. That's amazing.
I should have quit. It was my first NHRA race.
Yeah,
I should have quit.
Nah.
That's awesome. So we're very pro stock motorcycle NHRA in our house. Like
Matt lives,
the grandson.
Matt lives 45 minutes from me.
Really?
Yeah.
How cool is that? We'll have to come up and visit you. Don
Great
needs to be on a race team. He really does. That's where he needs to be. He's because that genius stuff that goes in, and he's so focused, and everything's about the shit he yells at the TV. Like, I don't know. Eddie Krawick went off into the rocks. He's like, who did that goddamn brakes? And I'm just like, whoa, man, it's on TV. It's all good. So then I guess that would also constitute as one of your most cherished racing memories.
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
I'll go with that. So if you could go back and tell your 25-year-old self something, what would that be?
Oh, geez. Embrace the internet.
You're gonna live past 30.
You're gonna live.
Yeah, I'm gonna live past 30. Yeah. Embrace the internet.
Okay.
I fought it forever.
You're
back
that
when we were building $50,000, $60,000 choppers.
Yeah.
And people walk in with a tire, they walk in with a tire, and I'd say mail your rim to whoever sold you that tire on the internet and have them mount it for you. I wouldn't even mount the tire. And then the economy crashed. I'm like, please come in. We'll mount your tire $50. I don't care where you bought it. It had to adapt or die, because the internet just kicked all our butts with part sales,
Oh yeah. We still deal with that, and it's you do the best you can. And by providing good quality service and good customer service and keeping everybody safe, they feel the difference when they bring their bike here. It's so funny. They'll be like, oh, take it for a ride. It's like, no, I'll push it in the back. How do you know what's wrong with it? Well, I felt it all while I was pushing it. We're going to start with that. You know what I mean? Like, let's check it out. But yeah, no, we're fortunate here too. We have a lot of good people that are, part of our Vagabond family, because they just have been here with us for so long. So, and I know you have the same. You have a lot of followers, people who follow your racing career like we do. And, it's good that it turned out the way it did for us, because some of the shops and people in the motorcycle industry, it wasn't so good to them,
Right.
So, all right. So if money didn't matter and you could take a road trip on your motorcycle anywhere, where would that be? And who would you take with you?
Well, I would go by myself. and have my girl fly to the end destination.
Okay.
Because every person you add to the group slows you down.
Okay. Right. And we
But
know
I'll
you
tell
like
you
fast.
where. But I'll tell you where I'm going in November.
Mm,
I'm going to see our friend Barry Wardlaw. We're going to ride 1920s around his area
yes.
for a weekend in
Yeah.
Dothan. Yep. And my dream trip is going to come true in March. I go to Australia to race the top fuel bike for my friend Benny Stevens.
No.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited
How
about that.
awesome. So you're going to
Yeah.
see Barry in November.
Yep.
Okay. We might have to get there before then.
Yeah, I'm
We
not
wanna
going
go
when it's
see him.
120 degrees.
No.
The shop's
It's always
way too-
120 degrees. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, he has their place. Him and Miss Gypsy have an amazing place.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
so incredible. I love it there. It
He's
is
been so
absolutely.
good to me forever. I love that guy.
He's so good to all of us. And
Yeah.
I'm still kind of, I don't know how to do it, but every year we nominate him for the Hall of Fame, and he needs to be in there. I don't think people really realize just who he is in our world.
Who's
He
had a
takes-
bike? Who's had a bike shop in Key West and in Anchorage, Alaska?
Anchorage, Alaska, right? And
Him.
not for anything. And he helps everybody, and he's done
Right.
motors, and he's done the craziest, coolest stuff, and
Yeah.
he needs to be acknowledged for that. So
First,
I'm probably gonna
just say
start
this:
now.
have you ever drag raced in Anchorage? Barry has.
Yes,
He's
Oh, yeah.
drag raced in
That's-
Anchorage. Right. Yeah.
and that's how we got the name for the movie, like the Rough Boys or whatever.
Right.
That was part between him and Charlie going back and forth. That was how the title of that movie came up. And I was like, okay. Charlie's like, will you be in my movie? I'm like, yeah, sure. Send me the part, because everybody in the first one had a little part.
Right.
He's like, I said, I got to print the script. So send me just my part. He goes, no, you're my co-star. You're in the whole movie. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, okay, Charlie. So it was fun though. And Barry and Gypsy, Barry actually made for a hamburger scene we had. He had a hamburger bun made that was the size of the Rock of Gibraltar because it was this. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I mean, it's not a D grade or an F grade. It's close to a C grade movie. It turned out a lot better than a lot of us thought it would. But when you see the hamburger scene, you'll know exactly. And he literally went and contracted somebody to make that specifically because he's like that. He does that for everybody, and he makes all our dreams come true. So we got to do that for him sometime soon.
Great.
All right. So then lastly, if you could tell us something about yourself that most people don't know.
I've been with my girl 11 years, and she's awesome.
Yeah. I said that earlier. I said, you won't share pictures because she's too gorgeous. You don't want the rest of the world to even know that you're that lucky, huh?
Well, a lot of our pictures are like we're dressed up.
I see them.
And we do enjoy going to Mexico.
Yes,
So,
I saw that.
Yeah. We really enjoy each other's company. And it was funny. Last holiday, we had like 3 days together. We never left the property here. And I'm like, man, it's 3 days. I didn't want to strangle you. She's like, no, we get along pretty good. So I'm just blessed. She's awesome. She's
That's
a
amazing.
fitness freak. She cooks amazing. She rescues animals, and she has her own business. She does great.
So she's definitely compatible with you because you just said all your good qualities too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I know you cook pretty good. I've heard
I
you
don't
cook
know
pretty
that. Yeah, I don't cook when she cooks because she's awesome.
good. Well, I look forward to getting a chance to hang out with her. All right. So before we put it to a close, would you tell us your 5 good things?
My 5 good things.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are awesome. My daughter works at the Department of Justice. My son has a great job with a military contractor.
Nice.
My girl is awesome. I have my health, and I have my friends around the world, and my business. It's been a good ride.
Nice. Very good. Well, I can't thank you enough for being here. You absolutely made my day. Everybody was so happy too because they're all like, "Oh, you're going to have him on." I had absolute crazy response to the announcement when it went out. Everybody was so throughout the week, some people won't stay up this late. I'm glad you did, but they will definitely watch during the week and they'll get everything they expected for sure. Cause it was a pleasure, truly a joy.
I really appreciate it.
Maybe since you're not going to Biketoberfest,
Yeah,
maybe we'll pop in on you when you're at Barry's. Maybe we'll come up there.
That would be awesome. Yeah. We haven't got a date nailed down yet, but I'm pretty much open in November. I'm going to get with them and yeah, it's overdue. He sends
Yes.
me stuff all the time in the mail. I send him stuff. We just have a great relationship. He's helped me in business with some decisions. He's been through it all.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He's got a heart of gold, and he's an amazing human being too, to boot, for sure.
Yeah, I had a business opportunity come my way 4 or 5 years ago, and we're at Sons of Speed, of course. I'm sleeping on Billy's floor with Barry on a blow up mattress with his dog. And
I've been there.
and it was me, Barry, Steve Broyles, and Mr. Lane, and we're in the car going to get some lunch. And I explained the business opportunity to them, and they're like, "You're dumb if you don't." And I borrowed some money and sold some stuff, and it's worked out great. They just have always been solid, all those guys.
Yeah, and they Papa B, I love Steve Broyles. He's like
He's great.
He's amazing. I mean, Billy, I mean, just all of you. And you know that. I'm blessed because I'm lucky enough to have so many wonderful people in my life. And they'll come and do this show and stay up late on a Monday night or come home early from the gym with a hurt toe. So
Oh man, don't even talk about that. Oof.
right. Walking's not easy. That's it. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Tell your girl I said thank you very much for sharing time with you. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, I want to miss Oktoberfest. I'm trying to finish. I'm starting a new trend.
What's that?
Performance choppers.
Oh.
So I'm building an M8 chopper with 140 horse with carbon fiber wheels and big brakes, and it's Frisco style.
Nice.
So it's modern M8, modern technology for drivetrain, and modern materials like carbon fiber wheels and stuff like that. Still rigid, but I want the thing to do with third gear wheelies and just rip ass, just be a badass, awesome chopper.
Where are we going to see that one at?
So I've had it. I've been working on it for a little bit, and I get excited and work on a Saturday and then put it away, and it's on a lift staring at me right now. And
yeah, we do that shit too.
It's just my happy place,
Mm-hmm.
If I get a free Saturday, I will work on this thing all day on Saturday. And the guys come in Monday and the shop's destroyed and they have to clean the whole shop because I just leave shit everywhere, cutting, welding, grinding, just turns the shop into a shit show. But yeah, it's a Frisco style Beland Jesse tank and like Dominator style chassis, 4 out, 6 up. It's going to be cool. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. That's awesome. Yeah. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, everybody should build performance choppers. Chevrolets are cool and Evos are cool, but 140 horsepower chopper is even cooler.
Yeah, my son loves that shit. He goes everywhere on the back wheel of his motorcycle every chance he gets.
Yeah. This one should be good. It's going to be light,
Very good. Very good. Well, we'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, kiddo. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chicky. Thank you, Don.
I will see you.
You're welcome.
All right. You have a wonderful evening. Thanks again so much, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. See you later. How awesome. That is amazing. I am telling you again, I am so blessed to have so many wonderful people in my life that participate, and you guys all get to know them. That is some of the best part of doing this show. All right. So we're going to do the Athena afterthought and put it to a close. So this week I can just say, be your best self. Enjoy everything that comes your way and remember to spread your sunshine, even on rainy days. Be kind to yourself and others because it really does matter. As I tell you guys always, follow and share. Send us pics, emails with your 5 good things, events, feedback. Tell us how you like Smoke Out. Give me some feedback on the contest and the things that we're doing. Next week, don't forget, we're going to go ahead and we're going to say the names of the ladies who get the free rider course from Harley Davidson. I'm looking forward to that. If you haven't sent in an email, do it this week because next Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and pick them all and get it ready for the show. I want to say thanks to our sponsor, Techno Research, and to Mr. Mike Beland for being here tonight. Tune in next week. I have another great guest. I have a bunch of great guests coming up. You guys are going to love it. Okay. You can see the upcoming guests on our website calendar. I'm going to update that tonight or tomorrow. And I've learned how to maintain it. So yay, we're on a roll. I love you all. I can't thank you enough for watching. I'll see you next Monday. Chopper on and have a great week.